fears. Downright fears. Downright fears.
Hello, and welcome to another episode of Downright Fierce Gaming, America's most This Is America podcast. My name is Josh Asensio.
Yep.
With me is...
Completely baffled and confused, Brandon Akers.
I don't know, I just felt it at the last minute. For the audio listeners, I dabbed. I don't know if I did it correctly, but I dabbed.
He moved.
I tried. I did the thing.
There was a pose.
You know my
Arms
favorite
were in the air.
my favorite t-shirt that I have right now is a dabbing panda. I don't even know if it's dap or dab. I think it's dab.
I'm pretty sure it's a B.
Yeah, I think it's dab. So yeah, I have a dabbing panda, and it's just like right there, and it's my favorite shirt ever. I like the dab.
For all the audio listeners, he has dabbed 3 times now in less than a minute.
Oh my god, I didn't even realize I was dabbing. That's how much I love dabbing.
There's so much energy involved.
Anyways, we're a video game podcast. We talk about video games. And Brandon, you haven't been on it forever. We miss you.
Hey, I'm back.
You brought this amazing Bud Light Orange, which I say amazing. It's a beer.
It's a beer. It's more like malt liquor, kind of in my opinion. Like, it's too sweet.
It's kind of like... I don't know. I don't know how I feel about it. Like, I'm enjoying it. Yeah. I'm enjoying the beerness, but I don't know how I feel about the orangeness.
It's like drinking cream soda, orange cream soda, with with Bud Light.
That's exactly what it is.
Dilly dilly.
Dilly dilly. There we go. Okay. So let's get right into it. It is time for some motherfucking goddamn it! Quick news. Fierce news is what?
Just because, I mean, we open up with the Fierce News and go into the full rock effect and air guitars. Did you hear the rumor about Bill and Ted Excellent Adventures?
Yeah, but there's also, I mean, let's and touch on it and then go.
We can talk about it because
just real
they made
quick.
a video game at one point about it.
Okay, well, I mean, still, but I mean, they also said they're gonna make Wayne's World, and they said they're gonna make an Austin Powers.
I mean, they already did that.
I know, and they're filming this, but I don't know. It's just, we'll see. That's all you wanted to say about that? You just wanted to mention that. It popped in
my head, and you know how I have those random tangents.
Yes, those ADD tangents. I'm absolutely the same. So the first and most important news is all about how right I am about the future of gaming. Now, I don't know if you've been watching, Brandon, if you've been watching or listening to the past episodes. It's okay if you haven't. Yeah, okay, so you haven't. You have.
Not.
You have not. That's okay.
I watched a couple parts.
So to catch...
Sorry, life's been busy.
No, it's cool. To catch everybody up, I've been saying for a little while now that the future of gaming is in streaming gaming. So, like servers...
I agree with this. I remember you talking about this for a while now.
Yeah. And I called it, and freaking EA makes that announcement that they're going to have the streaming service with the Origins Premiere and all these things. And I just... Every episode, I'm like, this is happening. This is happening. Nobody else is talking about this. Nobody else is like, hey, this is a thing that's probably going to happen. I listen to a whole bunch of podcasts. I read all the news and stuff. Nobody's like, hey, this is the future. They just mention it in passing. This is totally happening. This is totally happening. The news is Ubisoft CEO Yves Guillemot says he believes that streaming games could allow for extreme growth in gaming and that the next console generation will be the last with gaming streaming taking over afterwards. So just like I was saying, like, they're going to have the PlayStation 5, Xbox, 2, 1X or whatever. And then after that, we're going to have consoles that are just streaming boxes. Yeah, super fast internet.
100% give it to you. I know that PlayStation's been dabbling with the PS Now forever. And
Microsoft now with their Origins. No. And Microsoft's making some moves.
They are. They're really actually pulling things out of their asses. And hopefully it's going to be more third-party content, which will be great. But... no, I mean, it's really happening. It's happening a lot faster than we expected, and it's becoming more of a popular conversation for developers.
I mean, the biggest problem has been, like, especially with PlayStation Now, is that the technology wasn't really there to make it an enjoyable experience. So I tried PlayStation Now, and that just tiny little delay was like, I'm not really feeling this. As technology advances and they're able to offer a seamless experience, which, I mean, that's what's happening. I want to get into more about the future of that stuff later, but, I think that's why we're seeing this happen now.
Oh, yeah. No, I mean, I 100% agree with you. I was listening to one of the podcasts, and Noak and I were talking the other day about it. with cloud servers. I mean,
Yeah.
you have virtual machines for days that people run everything virtually off of one unit,
Exactly.
all based on the internet. So going into a gaming situation like this, it's huge. It's going to be there's words.
Yeah.
Yep.
So Mark Mayfield says, streaming gaming for the win. It happens now for me in my house with Steam Link, kind of. And then the next thing says, 5G will make the latency practically non-existent. Absolutely. I also learned what the G stands for in like 3G, 4G, 5G. I did not know that. You know what that stands for?
Generation.
Just generation. That's it. It's just generation. I thought maybe speed. I don't know. So he says in a YouTube Q&A, he stated, quote, "What we are dreaming is that technology will allow us to actually stream our games to all the TVs, mobile phones, and tablets in the future, and that we will be able to give an opportunity to all our brands to reach 2.5 billion in 5 years and maybe 5 billion within 10 years. He went on to say, quote, "I think the next big thing is going to be the capacity to stream our games to more screens and the ability to use all the farms of servers that will be in data centers so that we can create the ultimate game. A game that will be very responsive to all the actions you do in it, remembering what you have done and anticipating your needs."
I'm just saying the world's going to become Sword Art Online.
Yeah.
It's going to happen.
Well, I mean, okay, so what he's talking about, this is what I didn't anticipate. This is what I didn't think about, but imagine, the reason why they're not able to have like real life graphics. I mean, we have artists that can create, seemingly completely real life graphics, indistinguishable from film. We have that ability, but the problem is the processing power it takes to run this.
Yep.
But if you have an entire, building of cloud servers to run all the computations and to allow for such intense, visuals, I mean, imagine that game. Freaking Star Wars. The last, was it the last? No, it was what was the one before Last Jedi? Force Awakens. Yeah. So Force Awakens.
Or do you want to say like Rogue One? Like
No. Force Awakens. They had that guy in there that was computer animated, like a computer generated image. I didn't even realize until halfway through. I know, but you knew going in, didn't you?
No.
Okay, I suspected.
But then again, to be fair, I also knew that in Justice League, Superman's mustache was CGI'd off immediately because he looked weird as shit.
But you look at Star Wars. I mean, I looked at Star Wars and I knew something was off, but I couldn't exactly tell what it was. I thought maybe it was weird lighting or something. I don't know. That's the kind of graphics.
Could have probably fixed it, made it look more realistic.
Those kind of graphics in video games. I mean, that's how we make the next giant step.
I want that.
Why?
I very much enjoy the cartoonesque or the fantasy look of video games. I don't want it to become. I'm not opposed to it becoming realistic, to the sense of you can't tell the difference of it. It's just. That's not something that's ever drawn my attention.
I mean, it's not gonna be every single game because you still need the artists to work on these worlds and make them that detailed. You're gonna see that on like a Call of Duty game.
Right.
You're going to see that when you're, walking through a fantasy area and they're like, you know what, I'm not going to focus this much computational power on the graphics. It's going to be mostly about like the sand. So when you walk on sand, like it like leaves a footprint that's very realistic, and you kick up sand according to how it would or whatever, things like
God
that.
of War.
I don't know if that. Oh yeah, that's true.
They were really good with that.
But like, imagine even more.
Oh, I know.
That's kind of where we're heading with games, and I mean, fast forward 20 years, I think we're gonna be looking back on God of War and be like, oh my god, look at those adorable graphics. That is so cute. How they thought that was groundbreaking. Oh, the snow's moving.
We do that now with the Super Nintendo.
We do. We make fun of that shit. Yeah.
But yet, it's a common occurrence that people do those retro style remake games, and people cling to it. It's a beautiful style. And
do you think people are gonna make retro like God of War?
Absolutely. Oh my god.
Oh man, this is Grandpa's games.
This is Grandpa's game.
In related news, Google is reportedly working on their own streaming service hardware. According to Kotaku, they are developing a sort of streaming platform and is interested in gathering game development talent under its banner. Representatives from Google have reportedly approached several major developers to gauge interest in the streaming platform, which is currently codenamed Yeti. So here's what I'm thinking.
Yeti cups are going to probably sue Google for using their name as a copyright infringement for a product.
Maybe. I don't know. So you've got companies like EA, You know,
Okay.
they got their Origins Premiere. You play all the EA games. That's a major publisher, so they have the power to just do that by themselves.
Yep.
And you got Ubisoft doing similar things with Eves. He's talking about whatever. Now you've got Google. Google has the technology. They have the resources to produce a streaming device. The next gen streaming device, and they have the capital to invest in this. They see this as they have enough foresight to see this as a potential giant, like an opportunity to get into the gaming market. Because otherwise, you really can't compete with these other companies. They have the third party support already. You can't get that. But if you tell these people, oh yeah, you can still make Xbox and PlayStation games. We just want to take your games and stream them on our cloud service, and it'll be a Google gaming service that people pay a monthly fee, and you can play every Bethesda game, or you can play every whatever studio they get.
I wonder. I didn't actually get time to read into the Google thing. I saw that it was something that was an interest this week, but there was a company about 2 months ago that was running a Indiegogo and a Kickstarter, and they're based out of, I want to say, California, and they were designing this concept. They're all like, hey, we want to make an Android platform gaming system that streams games 100% virtually, and it was going to be launched for the 5G network.
I mean, it's
So
they could try.
I'm wondering if Google was like, "Hey, let's buy you and do this."
Maybe.
Because its timeline is probably.
I don't think they need to, though. I mean, like they already saw this coming, so I think that, and they don't need some little company to develop this for them. They know about streaming. They're quite familiar with streaming
they've done it for a while,
technology.
but then again, Google bought YouTube for streaming.
Yeah. Oh, and
So-
then they were mentioning having them work together, YouTube and the gaming streaming service, like to basically be watching a video on something and then go into the game.
Can we just follow the trend, instead of calling it Yeti, call it Google Now? Just
Google
like
Now?
Microsoft Now and PlayStation Now.
Is there a Microsoft Now?
I mean, they have Microsoft something, some sort of platform where they're working on the streaming thing.
No, they're not working on streaming yet, but they do have not Origins. What is it? It's oh my god, what is it called? Microsoft. Oh my god, Scribe, help me out here. Microsoft. What is it called? It's Microsoft. The Microsoft.
The Microsoft.
Microsoft.
You sure it's not Microhard?
It's Microsoft. It's definitely Microsoft.
Okay.
Damn it, I can't believe I'm forgetting that right now. Is the game's like it's like a P or an O. It's not Origins.
Platform?
And Scribe is not helping me at all. The goddamn delay with the stream. Okay.
Moving on.
I'm
You'll get it
gonna
in
keep
30 minutes.
looking up at chat and like, did he get it? Okay. And I kind of had this feeling. I wonder if right now there's like this secret war happening. Like, imagine. I mean, like there are plenty of company battles and whatever. Like, especially in the early days of Nintendo and Sega and stuff. These behind the scenes stories that you find out like 10 years later because somebody revealed all the goings on and stuff. So I wonder if right now you've got Google, you've got EA, you've got Microsoft and Sony, and they're all trying to like gather their acorns for this upcoming winter. And
Winter is coming.
and they're all trying to get ready for this big revolution in gaming. And there's I wonder if there's like any kind of backstabbing happening or any kind of like weird awesome stories that we're gonna find out later and be like, yeah, Google was that's how Google came out on top. That's how they dominated the gaming market, is they backstabbed Sony and Microsoft. They got them to fight against each other, and Nintendo and blah blah blah.
Didn't Microsoft also just come out saying that they're coming out with yet again another generation of hardware?
We talked about that last week. Yeah.
That's
Also, Mark finally caught up. He said wasn't paying attention. I was mentioning the Microsoft service where you can get the games, and it's not Games with Gold, and I completely forgot what it was called. Game Pass.
Oh,
Game
Game
Pass.
Pass.
Game Pass. It's called Game Pass. Game Pass.
Game Pass is just where you can download the games.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Okay. So, speaking of best, I skipped over the last thing I was going to say into the segue. So pre-segue is the company with the best library will win. 100%. That's how you dominate this market. You need the best library.
You say that, but you also have to remember that in the beginning, there was Apple and Android. And Apple had a huge market, and they were the ones that had the hugest library. And now it's literally split straight down the middle because they are accepted as two platforms. Now, Microsoft and BlackBerry had to phase out because they didn't go in the direction of apps, and Microsoft just didn't know how to make phones. But like one will definitely start up, but there will definitely be a runner-up that becomes tied or equal.
I agree. No, because and mostly it was something you said that triggered that was I'm thinking that it's not just library; it would also be reliability. Streaming reliability, assuming all the the streaming technology and stuff, it's all reliable and it's all fantastic. I think it would come to library, but that's not realistic to say. That's just not a.
I mean, I'll
some are going to take longer to connect than
the
others.
The person that has the strongest library in the beginning will by far have the biggest advantage for the first 2 years to come.
Well, EA already has a leg up on everybody because they've already started.
Well, yeah.
Because they've got the library. They don't even need to get anybody
bought
else.
Like 30,000 companies and ran them all to the ground, so they own them all.
Exactly. Well, fuck off. EA hater, man.
I'm just saying.
So
Name a game
speaking
they haven't destroyed.
of best library in cloud streaming, that was my segue. Capcom's experiment with Resident Evil 7 on Switch is apparently successful enough for them to consider bringing more cloud-based games to the Switch. Now you know about that with the
yes.
where you can play in Japan. You can play Resident Evil 7 on a cloud version on a Switch, and it uses the cloud gaming technology.
Fun fact: Nintendo actually was one of the very first companies to do streaming. In Japan, they had a special device for their
Nintendo channel.
Yep.
Yeah. But I think they had that in the United
stream,
States.
Huh? Nope. It was 100%.
You sure?
Yeah,
because I know Sega had one.
It was satellite based and it only worked in Japan. And you had to play the games during the allotted streaming time. And if you did not beat it by the time it was done, you lost everything because there was nowhere to save it. Except
wow.
So they have a Legend of Zelda that is exclusive to the streaming service.
That's right, and it's gone forever because...
Recently, there was a couple of modders that have found the files, put the files together to as much of ability as they could to almost complete the game. And you can actually play it.
Wow. I did not know that.
So, but I mean, just going back to streaming, that was going back in the 90s. Just shows Nintendo one and up. Again.
I remember, Sega had the same thing. It was a Sega channel, and you can connect, modem to the back of your Sega, certain Sega devices, and I believe it was $100 a month. And they just had every game, just every fucking game. I remember my buddy had it, and just looking at all these fucking games, I'm like, it was the greatest feeling ever. I'm like, you have every Sega game I could ever want to play.
He didn't have it modded.
I doubt it. I don't think there was.
How
do you mod? No, back then, how do you mod a freaking? How do you no? It says Sega channel.
You can import flipping chips. You can cartridges. You can get aftermarket cartridges.
No, because it had to be connected. It had to be connected to the thing, and it said Sega channel on it. Mm-hmm. So I mean,
you're probably right. I'm just maybe he was modded.
That was for Chris Stan. I winked and pointed at the camera. He says, "My sexy voice."
Oh, hey Donnie.
Okay, so, that's all we know about that. It worked, and they're doing it.
Yeah, that's cool. And that's cool. I mean, 100%.
And they've got a great library
right
also.
There goes to show that the Switch can be more powerful than what we need it to be.
Well, no, it's not that it's powerful. Yeah. Like, oh, hold on. So speaking, that was the thing I just said.
Mark confirmed it.
They had ROM cards back then. I mean, I was like 9 years old, so I mean, my memory is.
Oh no, you were excited as shit because you saw every Sega game.
Yeah.
And they do that on the Wii too, which is crazy.
Oh, that was the easiest thing to hack ever.
Thank you, Nintendo, for always making it amazing for us.
So an update on Shenmue 3's Kickstarter page showed an interesting system requirement for the upcoming game. Guess how big the game file is. I'm gonna turn that upside down. Guess how big. Now, don't do the thing is like, oh, it's a terabyte. No, it's not gonna be a fucking terabyte. But like realistically,
realistically speaking.
And you know what? And I'm gonna give you a frame.
Please tell me the platform that they're kickstarting it for.
No, this is the PC
so it's gonna be
system requirement. So Witcher 3 was 45 gigabytes. GTA 5 66 gigabytes.
Then it's going to be
Mass Effect Andromeda 55. Yeah.
Okay, so my ballpark is going to be between 75 and 150.
It's math.
Can I make it smaller?
It was almost right in between those. It's 100.
Well, I mean,
100 gigabytes. Mark Mayfield says 512 gigabytes. Not that big. But yeah, it's 100 gigabytes. Here's the thing. Call of Duty Infinite Warfare, 130 gigabytes. That was the only other game that was like that big.
That's crazy.
But all these other things, 100 gigabytes.
No, that's not...
What the fuck do you think that's going towards?
I mean...
It's Shenmue 3.
Textures?
I mean, the whole thing with Shenmue 2 is you can go in every building, right?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe they have every single building in this giant city you can go into. I don't know. That's all I mean, there's nothing, we could just speculate on that. There's no information on what that
And
means.
it also could be possible further DLC. They just want to make sure that you have more room than you need. Mark responds with, "Oh no, I'm sorry, 512 Skyrim on my hard drive." All those mods, right?
So yeah, I don't know. I just thought that was interesting. So there's oh my god, I'm so excited for this.
Crackdown?
Okay.
It's got to be Crackdown.
Name the top 3 games
that you talk about weekly.
No, that
Persona
you
5.
you really want to happen, excluding Half-Life 3.
I mean, now are these games that I really want to happen that are never going to happen, and I'm going to
They could be.
heartbroken?
Sure.
So,
They could be.
I would like an HD remake of Chrono Trigger.
Okay.
I would like a prequel, sequel, or remake of Legends of Dragoon.
Okay.
And I'm down for another version of Brave Fencer Musashi.
Okay. Well, this didn't work out the way I thought it was going
Okay.
to. If I was going to say games that I want to see happen, it would be Phantom Dust 2.
Okay.
It would be a Tenkaichi like 4
Why?
Or
They've done
5.
3 or 4.
or then 5, whatever the next Tenkaichi would be, because
Okay.
Dragon Ball Z Tenkaichi, it was the best fighting they've ever had.
I mean,
It was fast. It was faster than what you see even like today. It was so much fun.
my downfall of relaunching anything Dragon Ball is outside of what they've recently done in Super to try to put more characters to build some sort of universe in order to draw more attention to it. When they did a very good job, I'm not bashing it. It's the same stuff.
But all the games are
that'd
the
be like
same.
getting
Sure,
Street Fighter 47
I know, but
or Tom Cruise Mission.
But I want an
Impossible 29.
updated version of this game. I'll just even take a re-release of 3. How about that? I'm fine with that.
Okay, so like a remastered
And then so the next one would be,
Bulletstorm.
I guess, and if, barring all the PTs, all the Silent Hills and stuff. Anyways, the point I was trying to get to, and State of Decay 3.
No. State of Decay. Okay, I'll give you that one.
But we might be getting a new Left 4 Dead, because that would be my other game. Left 4 Dead 3.
I'm
I want a
excited
Left
for
4
that.
Dead 3.
I'm excited.
I want a
that.
Left 4 Dead.
That's probably the one exclusive that was like made me envious of Microsoft.
I
And then when it went on
absolutely
PC, I
love
was
Left 4
really
Dead.
excited.
Yeah. So there's a chance we might be getting a new Left 4 Dead in the near future. Currently, Turtle Rock, the developer that created the series, is hiring for a senior level designer to work on an unannounced AAA title. The job posting is specifically looking for someone who can create fun, quote, fun encounters and, quote, awesome level layouts. Assuming they've, assuming this is something that only they've worked on, something that they've worked on in the past. They have 2 games. I mean, one of them's not really AAA, but 2 big games that they worked on. One of them was Evolve, and they shut down the servers on that. That was a big failure. That's not going to happen.
And I really, really wish it wouldn't have, because like it had potential. It just was very linear.
Yeah. And then the other one is Left 4 Dead. That's it. So unless they're getting hired by some other company to work on this, I'm kind of thinking this might be Left 4 Dead, maybe. I mean, freaking Valve is talking about, about like they want to get back into the gaming market and they want to do all that. Like, why not? Why not?
I'm 100% down for it being Left 4 Dead. I think that it's a really intelligent idea for them to launch a title they have had success with and that they know is going to draw a lot more money back to the company so that they can work on other projects. Because, as you said, they have several projects. Evolve is not their only game by any means. But
Well, no, I mean they have other things, but they don't even have other like major games.
they don't
Like
have any
it's
major
nothing.
titles.
They have like a VR experience, and they have I think like maybe a mobile game or something. But it's nothing that's a AAA franchise.
They need something that's going to bring in a huge revenue amount so that they can work on more projects again.
Work on their next Evolve.
Yeah.
And they should also call it Left 3 Dead. I'll sit with that silence. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, that's okay.
So that's actually it for the news. It's after E3, so there's nothing to talk about. I want to take a second before we go into. I looked up a magazine from 20 years ago, July 2008. No, not 2018. 1998. It's the official Sega Saturn magazine. We'll go into that.
Ooh, tell me Power Stone's talked about.
It's not.
Then we don't need to go into.
But I do want to talk about something that I've been playing recently. 2 things. One, XCOM 2. Been playing that. Fantastic. Love it. The other thing is The Forest, which I actually talked to Tristan about, so I'm not going to go into details about that. But the other
Please
thing...
tell me what The Forest is.
I'll tell you later because last week I just went on and on about the Forest.
Fair enough.
Then the other thing is the Octopath Traveler demo for the Switch, which I said in our group chat.
Please tell me that you did research on it because you have something for me written, right?
What? No, I just wanted to talk about it.
Oh, okay. Because, I mean, it's been a year and a half since it's been out. And made no progress, and it was supposed to launch before Christmas, and then it was supposed to launch.
And it has a release date. It has a release date, and it has a demo.
Square
and the
Enix
demo
was like, hey, I really fucking love the Switch. I'm going to put some shit on here. This is me telling you I love you. And then they put it off a year and a half after the most successful system to ever sell in the last decade. I mean, no.
Yeah, whoa. You want to do some research? You want to do some research on the numbers?
It's really crazy.
It's not even close. It's not even close. PlayStation 2. Oh, last 2 years. Well, that's not fair because the fucking that's the only console to come out in the past 2 years.
PlayStation 2.
It is the only console.
Almost 17 years old.
It is the only console to come out in the past 2 years. You can't even say that.
PlayStation 2.
You know what?
It's 20 years old.
I'm releasing this pen as a console, and this is the best pen to ever sell in 1 year. Not pen, but this is the best console to ever sell in 1 year. There you go.
I'll tell you what, it is the best.
There, I win because this is the best
Nintendo
console
since the 64.
I'm gonna write Nintendo on this. This is the best Nintendo console to sell in a year. You can't just narrow the freaking window
even the last 5 years. And
there you go. Now you're wrong.
Even in the 10 years, the PlayStation 2 wasn't part of that.
Yeah, not part of that. No, but PlayStation 4 beats Switch numbers right now. Sure, yeah, they absolutely do.
Currently active as of active.
Yeah, I mean, total numbers up to right now.
Oh, fair enough. Yeah, I mean, because it's been
now growth. You want to talk about like exponential growth, like how fast they've sold? I would bet that Nintendo probably maybe is outselling.
There's a field in which Nintendo's doing fucking ridiculous. It doesn't have to be number one, but fuck it, that was they deserve all the respect because Nintendo is bomb ass shit. The problem with the situation is it's a very successful system that Square Enix was endorsing before the launch, and they dropped the ball on putting anything relevant or exclusive to it like they promised.
That's true.
And as much as I love Square Enix, I mean, tattoos for days.
Yeah,
it's.
The game,
I really feel I dropped the ball.
The game's fantastic.
The game is really exciting. Very, 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 very much probably the closest thing I can think of to homages of its style. And I love that in the demo, it breaks the boundaries of what's appropriate for a demo.
Yeah,
it
3 hours.
It is vulgar as hell, which is great.
Oh, I haven't even gotten to the vulgar parts.
Oh, man.
I started as a thief, and then I ran into the hunter.
Have you been the female yet? The dancer?
No. I'm hoping that I'm hoping that it's not a 3 hour demo in the way that like it won't let you just start a new 3 hour game.
No.
Is it 3 hours and then it just locks you out?
Mm-mm.
Okay, good.
No. You get to go back and keep playing the different parts and walk around.
Okay, good.
It's not anywhere near exploring like the surface of what the game's going to be.
Yeah, because that's the thing.
You get to demo 3 characters.
Yeah.
And each character you get to play for about 3 hours.
No, I thought it was all 8.
Unless they updated the demo.
I think they might have.
I mean, I hadn't played the demo in a year, and it was literally just the first 3.
I'm pretty sure it let me. I didn't.
Go play the Shadow Dancer, and then talk to me about how hilariously vulgar it is. Or they must have censored it because there's a lot.
I'll check it out. But I mean, like
the
gameplay though. Let's talk gameplay for a second. Mm-hmm. I absolutely love. I mean, because first of all, I love turn-based fighters. I just do. That's why I love Persona 5 so much. And I don't like the turn-based in the way that they don't. Like, they have to expand on the system. It can't just be, Final Fantasy VII style, select an attack, guard, or, magic or whatever. How do you feel about the way they did it with the bonus action, I think it's called? So you build up bonus points with every round, and then you can expend them. Ooh, sorry, just burped. You can expend them when you want for some, like, giant attack. You basically power up, like, Saiyan levels and stuff like... with each. I mean, that's kind of what it looks like, because then it even has the same sound. It's like, they make that sound. I mean, I got it pulled up. I'll play the sound.
I'm not laughing at your sound. I'm laughing at the delay video of you going,
And hopefully our audio isn't delayed. I tested it 3 times, but every time I look back on the video, it's delayed. Anyways,
don't worry, you're positive.
What? Okay, so anyways, how do you feel about gameplay?
I actually enjoyed it. I mean, it throws it back to a sorry, retro style game. I mean the 8-bit or ask.
Well, that's definitely not 8-bit.
Not 8-bit,
That's like 32.
Yeah. But I mean, they bring it back to home. I mean, it's one of the favorite styles that I grew up with. It's what I loved growing up, and even into the 3D stuff, I still would play.
Well, and that's the thing that I mean, that's talking graphics, and that's the next thing I wanted to mention too.
Sorry,
but
that's what I'm really
no, it's okay. So yeah, the graphics of this game, they blend 3D and sprite side scrolling, things in a way that, I mean, it's just. That's, I mean, the graphics alone it's taking that kind of game to the next level. I mean, when it said this was made in Unreal 4, I'm like, wait, what? How what? And then you see it actually play out, and it's a beautiful game.
They did something similar. A similar type of style would be Breath of Fire 3, where they did 3D environments and sprites.
I haven't played that one.
Oh, that's another one of the games that I really wish would be remastered. It's on my top 9 best PlayStation games of all time.
Nice.
But, no, I mean, gameplay wise, like the way that everything interacts, the fact that you can, like, the combat is beautiful. It really is. It's just a great game to play.
Nice.
And I really like the content. I really like the fact that the demo is like, no, we're going to push the bolt or the envelope on this. We're really going to make it uncomfortable for people if you're not into this stuff, because.
And that, I mean, anybody who has a Switch, is it out on PC? Like, is it the demo or anything?
It's 100% for the Switch.
Just the Switch, yeah.
Yep.
If you have a Switch, you should absolutely check it out, Octopath Traveler. The other thing I've been playing is Shadow of the Colossus, the remake.
Is it good?
Oh my God. It is so beautiful. It just brings me back, and it is so much fun. But that fucking horse, I want to kill. The shit they updated everything.
It's the best controls ever, right?
The grips, everything, like the way your character moves, like doing the things you want him to do. It's all awesome. But that fucking horse, I want to kill the shit out of that horse. They should give you an option to kill that fucking horse. The one thing that needed fixing the most.
The controls for the horse.
The controls for the goddamn horse. I still don't like. I'm still like, yeah, and he's just like, I'm just gonna paddle. And I bet you they'd give some kind of excuse like, oh, it's just realistic. No, it's lazy programming. You fucked up, you fuckers. But no, I mean, for $20, which I think it was like 15 or something, 15, $20. It was absolutely worth it. It is one of the greatest games ever made. One of the greatest games ever made. It is a masterpiece, and it looks beautiful. God damn, it looks so beautiful. So Shadow of the Colossus. What have you been playing?
Well, I picked up WoW.
Oh no, you didn't.
I picked up WoW.
You fool. You fool.
So Battle of Azeroth comes out, and everything I've been playing up to this point, I'm finding out is like the artifact weapons gonna be moot. So it's interesting, fun to pick up like little pastime background stuff. I picked up Persona 5 finally.
Yeah, you did.
I finally got it, and just as always, beautiful, amazing, wonderful animation, smooth transitions, best soundtrack in the flipping world, and so like I have that. And
real quick before you go on the other thing, I almost picked up DC Universe Online again, which you want to talk about addictions? That's my WoW. That's my WoW, because I was actually really good at that game. Like I'm talking
you're
like,
talking about you're gonna play it on PC, or you're gonna talk about playing on PS4?
PS4.
I've been told the controls on PS4 is the most obnoxious things in the world.
No, I was gonna say it's actually way easier than playing on PC.
Oh, okay.
I played it on both, and I find it easier to play on PS4. That's just me.
Okay.
But
I mean, no, I get it. Like the main thing that, because they've been pushing the shit out of DC Universe. Like it's always
so
on my splash
good.
screen.
Oh, it's
But
so good.
everybody wants to be the same character more or less. Everybody runs around as Flash, is what I've been told, and like they all want the super speeds, powers.
That's why I stopped too. Is the cooperation. So everybody wants to do damage. Not enough people want to do heals.
Mm-hmm.
I was control. So control is giving people mana basically, and I was good, and I was really good with that. But then I'd be sitting here and I'm looking at my fucking healer. I'm like, dude, you have full goddamn mana. Give me some goddamn heals. Where are my fucking heals? And I'd be so pissed off. And that's a sentence I never thought I'd say. Where are my goddamn heals? Who has my heals? No, like shoes. It's, I don't know.
I'm gonna
frustrating.
touch back to WoW.
Okay, yeah, go back to. I just want to throw that in.
Only
real
for a
quick.
split second. So, I haven't gotten to play Battle for Azeroth yet in the demo,
Mark
but
Mayfield
Mark
has.
Mayfield has, which is cool.
He says I'm in the beta for WoW Battle for Azeroth right now. It's not bad.
And my only complaint with World of Warcraft, and the entire reason why I was against it for the longest time, is this game is a legacy game at this point. It's 20 years old. I mean, it's almost there.
No, it
came out in 90 or
2004.
2004. So it's almost
So
it's getting, there's 14,
14,
15.
yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, it's getting up there in age. Okay, it's by far the most successful MMO, and I mean, obviously it has to be because it's the only one that people are still continually paying for. EverQuest 2 is making a comeback again. I heard there was some stuff coming out for it, but fan base only. The graphics suck balls. Like, Blizzard, you have so much good shit. You have the best fucking
They need to make
designers
it
and artists
accessible
in the
for
goddamn
everyone.
world.
They
Fuck
need to make
them.
it accessible.
Buy a new goddamn computer and get off of your old ass piece of shit and play a goddamn
Then
game on a good system.
people wouldn't fucking buy it. Then they wouldn't buy it, and they wouldn't, freaking, because they can't play it.
Yeah, no, fuck
It's like
you.
Elder Scrolls. That's probably why Elder Scrolls isn't whatever,
bomb-ass
because
PC, and I want some decent graphics. I don't want a tree that looks like it's 4 pieces of paper put together. Okay, I want some dimensions to
that's
my
unfair.
damn leaves.
That's unfair to ask of a Blizzard.
That's not unfair. Look at everything else. Diablo 3, beautiful.
What if they
StarCraft
had
2, beautiful.
like a
if I
mod,
can see
an official
1,000
mod?
Zergs running across the screen, that motherfucking computer can run better at WoW.
What about an official mod from Blizzard that allows you to up-res and up whatever?
Oh, it's called a fucking update. I mean, they're coming.
No,
out with
but like
brand
a
new
mod,
game.
so then that way you have that and other people don't.
Well, I would prefer Blizzard would allow us to run a graphics mod that would do that.
Yeah,
that
there
would
you
be
go.
cool.
Yeah,
But it doesn't have to be an official.
I'll call him for you.
Thank you.
I'll
I appreciate
I'll
it.
get a
Also,
hold
while
of
you're at it, if I can get my 5-year anniversary sword,
Yeah.
that'd be great.
Yeah, sure. Okay, so let's move on to the official Sega Saturn magazine. 20 years ago, July 1998. This is
And wait, there's more.
oh fuck.
So I've also been playing Hunt, the Showdown.
Oh, how is that?
Fucking beautiful,
Yeah,
dude. It's on sale for early access, $30 on
Okay.
Steam.
that's on sale.
I mean, it's when it launches, it's going to be a full game. It's going to be $50. It's kind of like when you got
But-
Ark early
Yeah,
access.
well, I got that for like $15.
Okay, well, I mean, it's $30 and it's a full fucking game. Like, it's good. It's fucking,
Okay.
It's powerful. I mean, it's beautiful. It's fun. I'm really hoping there's going to be more because it looks
That's
like
the
it's
one where
going to
you
be.
have to you have to hunt. That's the one where you have to hunt down
You're a
a
bounty hunter
monster,
for the supernatural.
and then you're competing against other hunters. So
That
you
can
kill
kill
them.
you.
That you kill them on the way to try to kill your target.
And if you
That's a
die,
pretty cool
if
idea.
you die, your character dies.
I like that.
So like you can be like, here's all my awesome shit that I've been hoarding for. Oh fuck, I'm dead, and you start from over again. Now all the experience that you've earned and all the skills like stuff like that you get to keep, but your equipment fucking gone. Your character that you spent all this time on gone. Get over it, bitch. Level up, do it again. So
Get good.
I mean, get good. Yeah, get good, noob. So
Okay, so Sega Saturn magazine, official Sega Saturn magazine.
I'll let you go. Okay.
There's only one thing I took from this. I looked through the whole magazine. It wasn't that interesting, except for the letter from the editor, Rich Ledbetter.
Bedwetter?
Well, Ledbetter, kind of like Pearl Jam.
Oh yeah.
The yellow leopard. But this is Rich Ledbetter. Hello, you. Actually, I'm gonna do this in my nerd voice.
Wait, but
Hello, you. I dare say that you have bypassed my rabid droolings here on page 3 and made good with your fingers to the news section for the biggest story of the year. It's the hardware launch of the decade, the most important chapter in Sega's near 50-year history, and I was there to witness it. Sega's Dreamcast machine has astounded all those who've seen it in action, and no one in their right mind has any doubts as to the future of the company. Oh, buddy. Oh, buddy.
to be fair, looking at it going in.
Oh, no, going in.
wrong.
No, totally. Everybody was
And
excited.
Totally. If you wanted to approach it in the situation of if the Dreamcast came out 3 years later,
Yeah.
it would have blew up.
I mean, well, it was ahead of its time.
It
was absolutely ahead of its
online
time.
gaming for a console.
It was ahead of its time. It had the best graphics. It was the most powerful machine. It was
some of the best
incredible.
stories.
Absolutely, but it didn't have third-party support. It was easy as fuck to hack. Nobody was
that's
creating
really what
games for
killed
the Dreamcast. Like, what was it? Like, there was like 50 games that came out for a total or something, even less.
I mean, there's almost 150 games for the.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, yeah, 100.
Like some of the best, like a lot of anime influenced.
A lot of,
games came out for
but
it,
people
so-
weren't buying it. I mean, it was a failure. It was a failure, no matter
It
what.
failed, which sucked.
Yeah, and I
But
thought it was that
because
they
it was
didn't
as
have
easy that
30.
it hacked. Oh no,
That was the only reason?
Yeah, they had a lot of third party.
Okay, I got you.
You know, Sega was like, "Yo, bitches, who wants to make this shit? Because this shit's dope as fuck."
It was dope as
everybody was
fuck.
like, "We are."
There was a
and
lot
then
of ports, though. That was the thing. The third-party support was a lot of ports of like arcade games and whatnot.
It did support a lot of that, but I mean, they had. I mean, all right, you're wrong. I mean,
Wow, thanks, Brandon. All right, fuck it, you're wrong. I concede, you're wrong.
No. You're. I mean, Trump does it, so.
I get what you're saying. So okay,
No, I mean they failed, and they failed miserably, and it sucks
Yeah.
because they had.
It could have been great.
They sparked fucking that and that and that.
well, I mean, those
So-
were already in development, but they
were,
got there
but I mean,
first. They got there first.
They did.
you
They
know.
got there about 4 years too early.
Sega's Dreamcast machine is actually I said that. This machine can seemingly accomplish miracles with little effort whatsoever, and it comes as no surprise to learn that Sega already has Model 3 games replicated near perfectly on the Dreamcast, including the legendary Virtua Fighter 3. And then I skip over a bunch of stuff. The overall message I got from the Dreamcast announcement was of a fundamental change in Sega's philosophy. Mr. Igaraji's vision is to take stock of Sega with the consumer's viewpoint and produce the machine and games that will appeal to everyone. He talks a great fight, and anyone who has seen the hardware in action at the new Challenge Conference and subsequently E3 will know that he has the power to back it up. Certainly, he has the all-important third-party support already in the bag. So, I mean, that's... yeah, okay. all right.
They had a lot going for them, and then they kind of just fucked up.
But to be honest, speaking as a consumer, I expect nothing less from a company of Sega Saturn. Roll on the games!
Your voice was amazing. It was
Thank
perfectly
you.
on point.
I've been thinking about like looking up how to do voice acting. I kid you not. I feel like I could do it. There's only one voice I can't do. Not only one voice, but one voice I really suck at. I've been trying over and over again, and I can't do.
Let me guess.
You can't even guess.
It's going.
I'll give you
be-
3 guesses. I bet you can't get it.
Okay. Aborigine.
No. This is an impression.
Oh.
somebody.
Walter Concrete.
No. Walter Cronkite. Yeah, that's it. This is Walter Cronkite. He does talk like this.
No, that's Sean Connery.
No. That's also Walter Cronkite.
Oh, okay, fair enough. Who else can we guess that you can't do? Owen Wilson. I just really want to hear you do
Wow. Come on, man. Of course I can do a little. I mean, it's not great, but come on. Why you attacking me like this?
it. I just really wanted that one.
It's not that great, but like, but this one's way worse.
Okay.
Way worse. This is the worst one I do.
Scarlett Johansson.
I don't even know what she sounds.
That's the whole.
No, it's Tommy Wiseau.
He decided that grabbing his chest and flailing his non-existent hair around.
That's
was,
what Scarlett Johansson does. Have you not seen any of the Avengers movies? That's all she does.
I think she kicks some people occasionally
Yeah.
and wears tight pants.
But Tommy Wiseau. I can't do Tommy Wiseau.
I don't think anybody but. Well. That's
No, oh yeah, I was gonna
there's two
say,
people. No,
what's
no.
his name? Freaking James Franco.
Yeah.
Like he could do it, but
He was very.
oh hi Mark. Like that's it. That's all I can do.
I did not hit her.
I did not hit her. I did not. I can't do it. Yeah. You're tearing me apart, Lisa. I can't.
That was
fuck,
actually
goddamn.
not too bad.
No, that was
I'm
bad.
gonna give it to you. That was better than your Owen Wilson.
Oh, come on. I got the nasally thing there. I just. Wow. Wow.
What's the other guy that looks like Owen Wilson? It's not Owen Wilson that does the.
Oh, Matthew McConaughey.
Yeah, do him real quick.
I see a lot of my
All right,
questions
everybody
are-
in chat, go ahead and put in a couple ideas for what we need him to do
No
impersonations. We got
this
Obama.
This is a video game podcast. Let's
Just
stick
40
with video
seconds.
games.
Give me 40 seconds. Do the next part as Obama.
There's no next
Mark.
part. Now we're moving on to video game 20 questions.
Wait, already?
Now we're moving on to video
It's
game
supposed to be Richard Nixon?
20 questions. No, this is
Sorry, like,
Barack Obama.
Barack Obama?
Barack Obama. I'm not saying it's good impression. And Mark says Trump. I've been trying.
See, I
cannot do Trump. I can't do
I didn't
Trump.
want to go in that direction because.
I guess that my Trump's probably also worse than my Tommy Wiseau.
All right, let's hear it real quick.
It's the worst impression. See, I can't. I can't even.
That was like New Jersey.
Now, Jamie's got she knows what I'm good at.
At Yoshi.
Yep.
Yoshi. No, are those like sex noises?
Boba, sorry. Boba. Okay, all right. This is we've gone way off. Like, oh my god, my ADD is just. It's time for video game 20 questions. You know what time it is. It's video game 20 questions time. This is where I make chat go away. Bye, chat. Miss you guys.
Chat, wait, come back.
And I came up with a random video game, and Brandon here is going to have 20 questions to figure out the name of the video game.
This is the first time I've played this game.
Alone?
Ever.
Oh,
no, it's
alone.
not the first time I ever played alone. I won the one that I did play alone.
That's true.
Because Chris was blowing up chat, yelling at me
Yeah.
for the things I never ask.
So he's going to have 20 questions to figure out the name of the game. You can only use yes or no questions. And after 10 questions, I will look to chat to see if there's anything that you guys have suggested, question-wise, that will help him.
Was the game produced in the last 18 years?
18 years. Oh. Like, why'd you pick such a random number, Brandon? What the fuck? Yes. Forgot the game for a second.
Oh, that's good. Can you flip over the page again so I can see it?
Sure.
Okay.
It's also in font like 8 size. So
font 8's fine.
8 font size.
8
I don't know.
Is
Font
it?
8.
Like
It's font 8.
Cambria? Cambaria or whatever it's called?
Cambaria.
Cambaria.
No, it's in Coheed actually.
I'm seeing them this weekend. Are you? Oh, you have to work. That sucks.
Thanks.
Sorry.
Thank you.
Just realized what was happening there. Yeah, I'm pretty excited about that.
You know, I've also
I got
been
an
working on
extra
my
ticket.
Josh Novak impression.
Oh yeah.
I'll do that one off the air. Okay, let's go.
All right. So
And I'll do that for him if he's in chat and he's like,
no, do it now.
No,
Do it now. What would you do for a Klondike bar? Oh, that's not a yes or no. So, is it a PlayStation 2, Microsoft, Xbox, and Dreamcast?
no.
Okay. So he had to think about it. Therefore,
No. I was trying to see if that lines up PlayStation 2 and Xbox.
yeah. PlayStation
Yes,
2.
you're right. You're right. Yeah, it does. Yeah.
That's why I didn't say Dreamcast.
No. Xbox and
2001 PlayStation 2 came out.
yeah, you're
in
right. You're right.
2001.
Don't, that's not no.
Yeah.
PlayStation 2 was 2000. I don't know. That's not important.
Maybe
No,
2002?
it's not that generation.
Was it 2002? It was before I graduated. So anyway, cool. So is it PlayStation? Is it Sony exclusive, or did it come out Sony exclusive?
Yes.
Cool. Is it still Sony exclusive?
I'm gonna give you a pass on that. I can't name one that was originally and is not anymore. I mean, like, are you saying it's like, is it a timed exclusive?
Well, I mean, there's several games that came exclusive.
I think there are
for
like a
Sony,
handful
and then
of
they
games.
became other titles.
Yeah, I feel like there's only a handful of games that were timed exclusives for Sony.
Like Destiny.
I mean, I'll answer it. I mean,
Okay.
here's
Well,
your
fine.
answer.
So,
you know,
no,
I mean,
no, it's okay.
yeah,
I mean,
no,
if you're
but
gonna
I'm
give
not
me a
gonna
pass,
count.
I'll
I'm not
take
gonna count it. I'm not gonna count it. But
Okay.
no, it's not timed exclusive.
Okay, so it's permanent exclusive.
Yeah.
Cool. Is there more than one title?
No.
Okay, so it was a single title. Are there robots?
No.
Okay.
That's a good question. Oh, it's already too late now because of the time frame. But I suggested a really good question recently that did the game come out for optical media? So that would eliminate cartridges.
Oh, so
that would eliminate arcade and downloadable only games.
That's brilliant.
It eliminates
that
three.
was probably the. Did you hear that on a podcast, or did you think?
Yeah,
that's what I thought.
I heard it.
I'm like,
But I was
that's
smart enough
probably-
to go, that's a really good question.
That's a really good question. I'm like, I don't like that one. That's question.
Hey,
number
sometimes
one.
intelligence isn't just about coming up with the ideas, it's recognizing a good one.
But
Okay?
at the same time, that could really fuck you up if that's the first question and you focus on only new gen, because Panasonic had a game that came out. And Legend of Zelda came out on Panasonic.
That's true.
On the disc.
That's true.
So,
Or Sega CD, but I mean,
Yeah.
if you can narrow down, like that gives you a better idea, and you don't necessarily have to do
really
the
does.
you don't have to
It's
necessarily
fun.
do the generations thing anymore.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you still have to do the generations because
Oh yeah, I just realized because then you have post 2000, which would be Switch and any
and it also
or
could have been
Nintendo
handheld.
or handheld.
So I
yeah.
mean, I could be focusing on like the current generation of Sony right now, and it could have been the Vita the whole time.
Could have been the entire time.
Okay, and so we did establish that it was a single title game,
It is a single title game,
and it's an exclusive to Sony.
exclusive to Sony.
No robots.
No robots.
Do you play as a human?
You play as a human.
Okay. Do you play as a female? That's what I should have really said.
At a certain point, you play as a.
Okay, so you play as multiple characters.
I didn't want to throw you off. I mean,
You're fair,
I'm
you're fair,
trying to help
fair.
you out because it's just you. So,
Okay.
like, I'm gonna give you that little
I'm already at 10. right?
boost. No, you're at 7.
Oh, good. I'm doing fucking wonderful.
Yeah, you are actually.
So multiple characters, Sony exclusive, single title, JRPG.
No.
Okay. That actually kicks out a lot.
I would have actually said specifically to come from Japan, because then you eliminate all the Japan games.
I mean,
There are quite a bit, especially for Sony.
you're right, but I mean, Mark already hashtagged it once. Oh, you missed that part. Josh is wrong.
Oh yeah, I'm always wrong. No, I saw that. I saw that and it hurt like 1,000 daggers. For the audio listeners, Brandon just pet me, and it was awkward.
As it should be. Okay, so we know that you can play multiple characters.
Yes.
You know that you play as humans.
Yep.
There's no robots, so that's
No
gonna
robots.
more or less ruin the sci-fi part of that.
Well, one way that people have been narrowing down theme has been does it take place in current times? Does it take place in the future? Or fantasy times? Like, just
I agree. No, I agree. I really should have specified. Does machines mean robots?
I mean, I gave you like androids or anything robot related.
I'm more so thinking like giant steam-powered, weaponized spider that is.
That's a robot, isn't it?
Well, I mean, it's driven by man though,
It's
so
a
it'd
robot.
It'd be a vehicle, I guess.
But-
But yeah, I guess.
I mean, I'm not gonna be that specific.
Okay, okay.
Anything like that, anything robot related
fair enough. I'll take it.
or giant machine related, Gundams or all that stuff. I don't know what they would be called.
Do you fight monsters?
No.
No, that's huge.
Not in the traditional sense. No, just no. We'll
wait,
laugh
wait.
about it together later. We'll laugh about it together later. No, you do not.
Well, I mean, I would put monsters as like dragons. Or,
Yeah, I know,
or
I know.
Gorgons or
No,
like
you do
not
not.
Frankenstein.
You do not.
Okay.
No monsters.
Well, damn. That's okay. So I'm going in the wrong direction with this. Is it multiplayer?
No.
Okay.
And that is 10. Let me see. Look away from me. I'm gonna pull up chat.
Look away.
Now nobody's cheated
I'm
so far. Let's see. Tristan to the rescue. Okay, let's see. No, nothing yet.
Wait, what happened to Tristan to the rescue?
Okay, and on our Twitch channel, Sean Mark says, finally, you're back. What are you doing? We are doing video game 20 questions. So Brandon has 20 yes or no questions to figure out the name of the game that I came up with, and he's not doing too good.
That's not
No, you're doing fine. You're doing fine. You're doing fine.
Okay.
You're doing fine.
I'm sorry, it's not the record.
All right,
winning.
so it is a Sony exclusive. Let's
It's an
summarize.
exclusive that has multiple characters.
Multiple characters.
Some of them can be females. Some of them can be males. No robots,
No robots.
and we know there's no monsters.
No monsters.
So no sci-fi or no sci-fi. No.
Do you know that's not sci-fi?
I mean,
There's no robots. Robot doesn't make sci-fi.
I'm trying to think.
But yeah, name one sci-fi without a robot.
I'm like, I can't think of almost anything. That,
Yeah, actually, now that I think about it.
Android, so that's
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm gonna have to narrow down the generation some more, I suppose. Single title game. It's a popular
Single
game.
title game. Do you want to ask that? Well, I mean, will that help you? I have an answer, but will that help you?
I don't know. That's a great question. Do you think it would help me? That question doesn't count towards the first question.
I mean, maybe it might. Well, actually, no, because all the games I've been doing have been very popular games.
Okay.
All of them, 100% of them. Popular, at least in the gaming community.
Okay.
Did Final Fantasy VII have robots? Yes, it did.
Yes, it
Absolutely.
did. Every
did.
Final
It had
Fantasy
so
does.
many.
And
Okay.
there's more than one Final Fantasy.
I said 7.
I know. There's
Okay.
more than one Final Fantasy.
Oh yeah, it's a single title game. Come on, Brandon, get with it. All right, so we're on 10 questions now.
We're on 10 questions, and I am in a direction. So far, I mean, again, we're going to reiterate because thinking out loud sometimes never helps anybody, but it's a PlayStation exclusive game that came out on newer than PlayStation 2, single title, so it's a PlayStation 3 or PlayStation 4. Or, I mean, it still could be a Vita game. There's no robots, no monsters, so that rules out any of the Persona games.
Look away from the screen. I'm going to see if Tristan has helped us yet. Oh. Okay. You know what?
We got a question that's going to put me in a direction I might like. Good, because I'm looking down still. Don't worry. This microphone.
Okay, so
is amazing.
Mark asked a very good question, but
Tell you what.
the thing is...
Let me have 2 questions from the audience then, because I'm...
Okay, I'll give you that.
Cool.
All
What
right.
did Mark say?
Mark said, "Do you have is there spoken dialogue?" Yes.
That didn't help me at all.
No.
No, not at all.
Okay. Yeah, actually, I guess in after to that. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. All right.
So I mean, that's
Sorry. Okay. Well, that's
4.
not gonna count. That's not gonna count.
So zombie outbreaks wouldn't really count because zombies are considered monsters. Red Dead Redemption is a male-only game.
Wait. What about?
And that's Microsoft. Zombies are monsters.
Okay. Sure. Yeah. Yeah. No, I mean, they are. They're terrible people. They're monsters.
They're monsters. I mean, Warner
All right,
Brothers.
come on. You only got 10. I mean, you got 9 questions.
You're right. Okay, so this isn't going to help me at all, but let's go for time frame. Is it a fantasy style game?
No.
Cool. Is it a modern style game?
Yes.
Do you play in a school?
Do you play in a school?
Yep.
No.
Okay.
Town is city. We already did that game. We already did that game.
Town is city.
Town is city.
And I would have guessed it 13 questions prior if you would have went with it.
I'm gonna help you out. I'm gonna take that one away because I knew what you were thinking, and yes, we've already done that one. You were thinking of Bully, so.
Well, no, not this current one. No, this time I was thinking Life is
Strange. Oh,
Life
okay.
is
Well, then
Strange,
I won't
so-
give you that then.
No,
So
it's
then
fine.
3.
Yeah, there's other games that you play in a
Alright.
school, bro.
What?
And-
Okay. All right. Okay.
But you do only play as a woman. Although you do... There's one chapter that you do get to play as a
I don't know.
guy in Strange.
don't
Life
know.
is Strange. Oh, fuck. Is it a horror style game? Slash survival, I guess. I mean, like...
Sort of. Hold on.
Maybe a thriller. I mean, I'm
Sort of.
Horror would be more towards monster-esque. Like, is there a killer presence? That's a better question.
Killer
is there a killer
presence.
presence in that game?
Yes.
Okay.
And I marked it down already.
So, I'm thinking out loud here. Until Dawn. And the reason behind that is because humans play as multiple characters. No monsters. Has a drive. So, and it's not school. You're outside of school.
There's no school in that game.
There's no school in that game.
It's an asylum.
Well, there's an asylum next to the house.
Yeah.
You're right. Log cabins, man. Is there a log cabin? I'm not asking that. Yes, there is. Is there a log cabin?
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't remember. It's been a long time since I played it. Sorry.
Oh, so it's not a newer style game. Good.
Not necessarily.
Shit. Now I'm fucked. Sorry, there like a lot of F-bombs today. It's okay.
It's
we're
fine. It's just,
explicit.
my future father-in-law is just watching. That's all good.
It's
He
okay,
just
he's
knows
good.
the kind of people I hang out with now.
Don't worry. The toast will be amazing.
Come on.
I'm gonna put jam on it.
We're 14
Jelly.
questions.
14 questions. Oh, remaining.
No, remaining. Jesus. No, you've asked
No,
14
Brandon.
questions.
We've It's not been that long. So, 14 questions. So, is it a... are you between the ages of 16 and 24?
I don't think
that's
so.
not going to be a good one. All right. So,
I don't think so. From what I know, no.
Okay.
From what I remember, no.
Do you have superpowers?
No.
Okay. Am I going to facepalm this one?
Yeah, maybe. I
Okay.
don't know. Let's see if chat can help us out.
Cool.
All right, let's see. Nope. Nothing there. And let's see over here. Nope, nothing here. Okay.
Okay. So, I'm not the only one completely confused, or I'm not asking the right questions.
I bet they know. They just already
Where's
figured out
Chris
the
Stanton?
game.
I need him to make me narrow down the system. Is it a PlayStation 4?
No.
Okay. Is it a PlayStation 3?
Yes.
All right.
We've got one question left.
Yep. Multiple characters, single player game, no monsters, no robots.
I'm trying to think of what I'm going to ask. Oh, okay, I got one.
We don't know if it's a horror-esque game. We know it's not a role-playing game. We know it's not a... Bulletstorm was not exclusive. Is it a shooter?
No.
Okay, cool.
All right, so your free question that I will give you is, does the game primarily consist of QuickTime events? Yes. So a PlayStation 3 game, multiple characters, primarily QuickTime events, no robots, no shooting, not a shooter.
I got nothing.
No, yes, you do. Yes, you do.
Um,
Come on. Think about it.
Yep. So there's no shooting, no killing. Well, there's killing.
There's a killer presence in the game.
Killer presence in the game.
Mm-hmm.
PlayStation exclusive.
PlayStation 3.
PlayStation
You narrowed that
3.
down. Exclusive.
With
Cool.
a lot of
predominantly QuickTime events. Predominantly. It's a QuickTime event game. Come on. Dude.
cutscenes. Nope.
Yes. Yes. I bet you chat got it. Let's
Is it
see.
Resident Evil 5? No, because there's monsters in it.
No, nothing there. Okay, well. You don't want to take a guess? People haven't failed in a while.
Hey.
It's an action adventure game,
Yep.
interactive drama,
Okay.
published by Sony,
Yep.
PS3 exclusive,
Cool.
2010 single player.
Nice.
Sean! Sean! Sean!
Oh.
Sean!
Us?
Huh?
Last of Us?
Sean! Sean!
Nope.
Sean!
Is it Sean?
Mark Mayfield goes, is it Battletoads?
Is it Battletoads? Yes, that's the best
Heavy
one.
Rain.
Oh god, no, wouldn't have ever guessed it.
What?
For some fucking reason, I would.
Why?
Every time I think of Heavy Rain, I always think of Mirror's
Sean!
Edge, and that's the game that I played. I didn't.
Sean! You know what I'm referring to, right?
I've never played.
Look
Heavy
up
Rain.
Sean glitch Heavy Rain. There's a glitch where the guy made the guy scream Sean throughout the entire game. So it's like the big reveal at the end with the killer like, I'm the killer, and the entire time he's doing his big speech, the guy's like, Sean! 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 The entire time. It's fantastic. Anyways, it's Heavy Rain.
It's Heavy Rain.
Heavy
Hey, guys.
Rain. And
So-
you were so close with Until Dawn. Why didn't you ask more questions about Until Dawn? Like, is it like
Because I would
story
literally
based?
have
Is it
never guessed Heavy Rain.
Heavy Rain?
It's a game I've never played.
Well, it's available on PlayStation Plus for the free games for July. That's another reason why I picked it.
Oh,
Because I
cool.
figured you had a good chance of at least seeing it recently. God damn it, Brandon!
I came over and I said, man, I haven't played
How
a lot
could
of video games recently.
He came over. He's like, "How could I fuck up 20 questions?"
What's the best thing I can do to drive this podcast straight to the ground?
Well, by ending
I
it.
have a story for you.
That does it for us, guys. Thank you so much for watching or listening. We do this every Sunday at 8:30 on iTunes. Nope, that's not where it goes. Facebook.com/DownrightFierceGaming, YouTube.com/DownrightFierceGaming, and Twitch.tv/DRF Podcast. That's where we do our live streams every Sunday at 8:30 Eastern Standard Time. You can also listen to our audio podcast that releases every Monday on iTunes, Podbean, Google Play, and Stitcher. Make sure you subscribe on Twitter at DRF Podcast, Snapchat at DRF Podcast. Actually, you know what? I gotta take those out. Don't follow us on Twitter or Snapchat because we don't do anything.
I just realized how close we were to fucking up our name for our podcast. If we were DTF Podcast, this would have been completely a different conversation.
What could that have stood for?
And that's why I'm trying to figure it out.
Down to Fierce. I mean, anyways, you can buy a t-shirt if that's something you sick sadistic bastards are into. Why would you want to buy a t-shirt with our faces on it or a poster with our faces on it? That's madness.
Just remember, MLB show will be the last.
It's, oh my god, how have I not brought that up? There's a new baseball game that's not MLB The Show.
Why was that?
Why are we not talking about this? RBA or RBI 2018 for the Switch.
Yeah,
There's a new baseball game and we haven't been talking about it.
For the Switch and other games, when we finally get the streaming game consoles, because they're going to come out with the most amazing realistic games in the world, finally they can quit glitching UFC fights.
There you go. So that's at teespring.com/DownrightFierce if you want to buy a shirt or poster. Patreon.com/DownrightFierce is where you can give us money. I know. How awesome is that? It's amazingly awesome. And I'll tell you why. It's because it pays for the lights. It pays for the green screen. It doesn't even pay us. We don't make a single penny off of it. It only goes into the podcast. And it also gets you thanked at the end of the episode. So we want to thank Mark Mayfield. Thank you, Mark Mayfield.
Thanks, Mark. Superscribe.
Thank Quinn Noble. Thank you, Quinn Noble.
Quinn. Nope. We're adding the T.
Quinn. Quinn. Want to thank Tristan Haynes.
Hey.
Thank you, Tristan Haynes.
Wait.
Yeah.
I can't thank the guy that's on the podcast.
But he's supporting us on Patreon. If you support us on Patreon, then we'll thank you too.
I want a song.
Well, you have to subscribe at a certain level for a song.
Fair enough. You know, remember when we did that? It's been a while. We need to do that again. We need somebody to subscribe at a great tier so that I can sing a new song. I don't want to sing to myself.
Okay. Well, then we're not going to
If I'm going to subscribe at that tier, I want a lap dance.
I will give you a lap dance if you subscribe at that tier for the next amount of months. And then it needs to be on YouTube. If you subscribe for a year at that level,
at what
I
level?
will get at whatever the song level is.
What's the song level? Scribe!
I think it's like, it's either 10 or 20. No, it's $10.
Like
10 or
$5.
15? No.
$30?
I think it's 10.
$6?
No, it's actually more. It's like 30.
Jesus Christ, when we jack it up?
I don't remember. But if we do the song, for a year, I will give you a lap dance.
Damn.
For a year.
Oh,
I'm sorry. I'm asking you to support this podcast that you're a part of.
I mean, I'm supporting it with my charisma.
You sure are. We also want to thank Brian Altano, Damon Hadfield, and MC Lars for letting us use their music.
Sick beats, dude.
We want to thank our executive producers, Carolina Jarvis,
Hey, Carolina.
Brian Kaminsky, and Andrew Kirkendall.
Face kicker.
But we got poops.
Misanthrope.